là một đạo win đây có 30 giây nữa mình sẽ kiểu đi cái hạt tổng thì chị ơi mình làm cái này tôi cái này là thành tôi có thể hỏi cái này. Yes, tôi có thể đi. Nếu là từ nó đi. Em ở trong nhà này rồi. Đây này. Chụp cái con nào mình ngon nhất nhỉ? Tao mình thích thì mình nghe. Toàn gôn này đi. Anh có cất rồi. Anh ở dưới đây là trộn dưới đây. Đi vào đi.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
A shot on the Celtics earlier, coming down the tunnel. They're not messing around. They're ready to get to work here at home. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. Along with the all-star team of Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. So the opening lineup for the Mavericks. Anthony Davis is out there with Washington. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then it's Daniel Gafford. And it's Thompson in at the 2. And for Boston, Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Brown in at the 3 slot. Graham, when you talk about these two teams tonight, I think it's fair to expect a barrage of three-point shooting.
Oh, for sure, B.A. That's the usual game plan from both sides. It's going to be raining threes here tonight. And if they're falling, it's going to be a high-scoring affair.
Tip-off goes to the Celtics. Now here's Tatum. Pass to Brown. Here's White. Five on the clock. Now with a little long. And so Davis will bring it up for the Mavs. Despite entering his 30s, Anthony Davis is not slowing down, Greg.
Yeah, B.A. Last year, AD put up the best rebounding numbers of his career. And his shooting percentage also very high. But just watching him, Davis is still an all-NBA caliber player, capable of taking over on both ends.
Now here's Porzingis over Gafford, and that one's good. Porzingis.
And given how tall Porzingis is, not many guys are going to block his shot, especially when he's this close.
2 minutes remaining.
Gafford passes to Davis.
2 minutes.
Outside Irving. Puts up a 3. Porzingis grabs the board. Tatum with it. Now Thompson defending. And it's blocked by Davis.
That's what happens when you challenge Davis. He can be so disruptive as a defender.
Here's Tatum. And finished off by Tatum.
Taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stuff we want to do.
We all know how Kyrie Irving is, but he's especially lethal in the fourth quarter.
And his clutch moments go far beyond his series winner in the 2016 finals. He thrives in high-pressure moments and has done so his whole career.
First free throw's good. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, They know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
And that's good as he hits both shots.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting.
Pass to Brown. Lets the three fly. Fires in the triple.
Lots of development work has gone into Brown's three-point.
And it's the Mavericks ball. It's a three-point game. Irving pass to Lively. Now here's Davis. Here's Marshall. Last game for him, he picked up 13. And Davis slams it home.
Throw it AD's way, and he'll take care of the rest. A huge alley-oop target for his teammates.
White finds Brown. Pass to Cornet. Back to Brown. And a foul call on the way up. So he'll take two from the free throw line. And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
Shoot two.
And he drops it first.
There are so many different roles Jaylen Brown could take on for his team.
Hauser, he's checked in for Boston. Dinwiddie, he's checked in for Dallas. Williams comes in for Kyrie Irving. And both free throws good for Brown.
And when you talk about Jaylen Brown, you have to bring up his two-way ability. He's a pure scorer who can also guard the opposing best wing. There aren't a lot of guys like Brown in the league. Putting that pass right in his stride, didn't have to slow up, and was able to complete the play.
Dinwiddie against Brown. No good that time. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Boston out in front, big lead by one. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. All right, guys, what do you think about the Celtics here in this one?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
Yeah, they gave the other team no time to breathe. Every time they got the ball, they were off to the races. And you see how effective this aggressive mindset can be.
Stand back in your early coaching days, what was the dynamic working with the front office?
Well, I was in good situations, and so you need the coach and the front office in sync, where you're all working toward the same goals and you understand what the process is going to look like.
And how in sync were you when Stan was the coach and Stan was the front office?
We had problems then because the coach didn't like the front office very often, and the front office was always unhappy with the coach.
On the court right now for the Mavericks. Williams is out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. Then there's Derek Lively. Then there's PJ Washington. And it's Davis in the four. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, after some down years in Dallas, Kristaps Porzingis said, I really checked myself. From that point on, I started building my game back up. Sometimes when you're younger, your physical abilities might already be there, but your mental is not. Once that off clicks, that's when you've got something.
Well, that's a good way to think of it. Thanks, Allie. Out of bounds, it'll be Mavericks ball. And standing on the draft is but Wisconsin native Sam Hauser has worked his way into a rotation role.
Well, Brian, everyone's looking for shooters, and he is a knockdown shooter. And at 6'7", both good size and plays both ends of the court.
Craig is checked in for Boston. White comes in for Pritchard. Now here's Exum. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Oh, Thompson from deep three-point land. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Here's Tatum. Reverses. Look at Tatum using his length.
Sometimes you forget how long Tatum is, and he's terrific at using this to his advantage inside.
Irving looking around. Gafford controls the rebound and the putback. Gafford's got his second bucket of the game.
You have to love the hustle to follow it up there. Time that tip perfect.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. All right, let's take a moment to appreciate some of the NBA's toughest defensive teams. The Celtics second.
Where this team really makes an impact is on the defensive end. They're a unified front that doesn't make it easy at all to find open looks.
Horford, he's checked in for Boston. Jaylen Brown comes in for Tatum. And Dallas also making a switch. Marshall, he's checked in for Washington. Now here's Irving. A real weapon on offense, averaging around 24 a game.
Yes, so crafty and drawing fouls. Kyrie really enjoys going at the defense and daring them to get aggressive.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
The line for 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
And he's basically automatic from here, and that's not an accident. No doubt, Kyrie still puts in work at the line.
Christie's checked in for the Mavericks. That misses, so he splits the free throws.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Brown passes to Holiday. Pass to Horford. And Horford powers it home.
Horford really looking like an ageless wonder throwing it down.
And so it's Irving who brings up the ball for Dallas. Shot and game clock separated by 5. The rebound, Celtics. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Knicks.
Yeah, they found some decent looks, but the shots just weren't falling. Sometimes it goes like that.
Seems like they did all they could, and sometimes it's still.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of the leg. The Mavericks on top, leading by 1. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
I'm here with PJ Washington. PJ, what will be the key for you guys defensively in the second half?
Not let them get easy routes to the basket and contesting their shots, rebounding, not let them get second chance points.
Comes back to the fundamentals, guys.
Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half of play. Everybody, welcome back for our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. Some good action during the period, as it was just a one-point game at the end of one. And so far, they're out in front, but not by much as we head into the half. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
The role can be unfriendly. They clearly listened to the sound. They're shrugging off the defense, man. Falling out the yard on them. They're playing their focus, and they're getting to work. They're playing with a lot of confidence.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Boston?
Well, their reserves haven't contributed much. Finally, I should start us to do the heavy lifting, but don't leave them out in the cold. I think this could easily